Hi, my fellow Virgos. Welcome to your reading for January 2023. This is going to be for my fellow Virgo suns, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Many of you are intuitively guided to readings now, so thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Excuse me, or you may be in love with a Virgo. Good luck. Good luck. I say that because I'm in love with a Virgo. Virgo sun, and he has a Virgo moon. So, and I'm a Virgo. Interesting, right? Not always the easiest energy, but we make it work. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about your reading. We're going to use 4 different decks. I decided to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. We, of course, are going to start with our Mother Mary, get our words of wisdom, and we are going to use the major arcanas. I'm sure you guys have seen these by now. You probably have watched either your moon or rising, or, I just feel like you've watched another reading and seen these. So I only bring these out a couple times a year, and it's really when I'm really looking for clarity. Excuse me, I don't know why I burnt sage earlier and it's choking me up. So we'll bring these in. These are going to give us like bullet points to your reading. I just love bringing them in. But let's go ahead and begin. We won't do a lot of talking. We'll just get into the reading. Everything is pre-shuffled, by the way. But I do like to give it a shuffle or two with you here. Okay. Let's begin. Well. Okay, well, we're going to take them all. They're all face up. We have optimism. Optimism. I expect good things to happen. Oh, and they do. I expect good things to happen. And they do. Optimism. Intention. It's how I look at the world. Self-respect. Self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Self-respect. Be strong. Be strong. I mean, Virgo, we are I just feel like, I don't want to say we're the strongest, but I do feel like you can't hold a Virgo down for too long. Now, we can overthink. We can definitely overthink, but I feel like ultimately we come to clarity. So anyways, be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. Optimism. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. Self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions, and then I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. And then last but not least is blessings. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts coming to me from God. Okay. We'll read from the end of the book. I'm not going to read them all. I'm for sure going to read blessings, though. Because I feel like that's talking about signs and what have you that's coming to you. So, it's a state of gratitude. And when I'm in a state of gratitude, it does seem like things just seem to naturally flow our direction. All right, let's bring in the major arcanas. Give me couple shuffles. A little hard to shuffle. There's not that many of them. Give them a cut. I feel like that's some. Alright. We have Temperance. Temperance. Divine timing. Temperance is a lesson in patience. It's about allowing something to come to full fruition. When I think of temperance as mixing together this perfect recipe. And I don't want her to hurry, because if she does, she might leave out an important ingredient, right? Like if I'm making a cake and I'm being rushed and I leave out the flour, well, what do I have? Temperance. Temperance is the energy of learning to let go of the things you cannot control and hand them over to divine. This is a card Sagittarius, though I don't really read these as people, though you may. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. We have the Hangman. That makes sense, right? Temperance is saying patience, my dear. Hangman is like, okay, well, I'm going to stay in this pause. I'm going to stay here seeking the wisdom of my next steps. And then we have the Strength card. Card of Leo. I just got done doing Leo's reading. Strength card is about taming the beast within. It's funny because, I don't know why I'm saying it's funny, but you'll always find an infinity sign somewhere along the Strength card. As above, so below. To me, that speaks of, first of all, that whatever you're going through, you've gone through before. Maybe not in this lifetime, but in another lifetime. Or let me put it another way. Anything you're going through, someone has gone through. But this is about inner strength. I find, where do I find this strength, this balance within myself? Again, we're moving into Universal Year 7, which is all about spirituality, all about going within. I don't feel like this is a year of like where I'm working on myself, though maybe we're always working on ourselves, but it's more about now I'm trusting myself. Now I trust the messages I receive. Maybe before I wasn't so certain. So Temperance is just like, my darling, I'm just putting things on hold just until you can find this balance. It is about the beast within. We all have that beast within. And it's not about getting rid of the beast. It's about taming the beast. Temperance is just, I feel like that's simply what I'm waiting for. Okay. I'm going to move these over here. And I'm saying that because I feel like I just need more room on my table. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I'm singing the Jeopardy song. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I forgot to mention it in Leo's reading, but so I am having a special. The special does end at the end of December. We're doing these late in December. $30 off a personal reading, or you can do a buy one, get the second at half off. Doesn't need to be paid up front though. But then you can schedule it whenever you want. Both readings, or you can give one away, whatever you want to do. But I only run a special once a year because I do get a little overwhelmed. I shouldn't say I get overwhelmed, but I get overwhelmed with readings. The readings are very in-depth, pretty dang long, usually an hour and a half to 2 hours long, but I give everything, literally. Like I'm exhausted after a personal reading. I'm exhausted after a regular reading, but then I recoup. So anyways, that's going on. It is ending at the end of December, and I do apologize that I'm not giving much notice. But you know, I guess if you see this past December, because it is for January, I don't know. I was going to say I'll go ahead and honor it anyway. But if I do that, you just truly have to have patience, because again, I did get a lot of readings and it takes time. Alright, trying to think. I think I'm going to shuffle for your cards. Make sure my deck's in the upright. Alright, we start with obstacles and challenges. Number 5. Obstacles and challenges. It's like you've been through an obstacle course, and you had to figure out these challenges. These challenges become your wisdom. It is a 5, right? So this isn't energy that I'm going to be stuck in unless I stick myself in it. This is energy that is asking for change. But first, understand it. It's like I have to understand the energy, so therefore I can change it. You know, I'm not feeling this as like heavy energy that I normally would. I simply feel it as like, yes, I've had challenges, but I've also have learned to overcome them. And I feel it feels very freeing. Oh, well. Okay. Trapped in fear. This is the 8 of Swords. Interesting. Eight of Swords is a self-created prison. Excuse me. Let's find out why. Okay, look at all the cards just came out. Truth. Balance. Rejoice in celebration. Suffering in silence. How interesting that the 8 of Swords does go to the 9 of Swords. So maybe when I said earlier that, you know, this 5 over here, there's obstacles in front of me, challenges I have to complete, and I said that I feel like you do it. Well, maybe not everyone. Well, let me put the last card out. Firm foundation. You have 2 major arcanas that are kind of counteracting these heavier type energy. So you have truth, right? That's judgment. That is your spiritual team. That is your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. Why? Well, because there's a rebirth. You know, when you think of, this is the world. I mean, this is, judgment. My mind just went blank. This is judgment. This is your spiritual team. This is your spiritual team making you aware of, for some of you, the potential of you creating this prison for yourself. Now, why would I do that? Because the 9 of Swords, just like I said in the beginning of the reading, as Virgos can overthink. This really is the energy of overthinking something. You know, maybe I'm saying to myself, why do I keep getting these challenges? Why do these obstacles keep coming in front of me? Well, because I feel like you have the ability to not just overcome them, but to learn from them. You know, it's almost like like I'm getting this picture of like a runner, you know, and in the beginning it's like, oh, I can only jog, right? I don't have the breath or the stamina to run. But I feel like as I keep working towards that, I become a runner. I can receive that runner's high. But I have to push myself to get to that state. I also want to say, just be careful that if you're in like some type of a difficult situation, that you don't use like alcohol or substances to yeah, you know, I want to say like overcome them, but it's like, you know, like, I got so many problems, I'm just going to drink so I can't even think about them. But then I wake up with a hangover and then my problems are even more, right? So just be careful of that, because, and I don't feel that in Virgo's reading very often, but yet I do feel it right now. All right, let's keep going. Jeez. Emotional withdrawal. Emotional withdrawal. Interesting, because it's coming under justice. And listen, maybe I was in something that, whether it be love or whether it be work or what have you, I feel like, well, it's emotional. I feel like something has changed. And maybe I didn't really want this change. You know, it's interesting because I see it all the time, especially in personal readings, like where people lose jobs or you know, love ends, and I can see in my reading, the readings, why, like something better wants to enter, but you got to believe in that, right? I expect good things to happen, and therefore I do. Eight of Cups. It's saying, you know, I feel like for maybe one last time, give your emotional house a look at. Because the Eight of Cups, it's not about staying in that energy either. It's about clarifying it, understanding it, you know, understanding the losses I've had in love. You know, I don't know, like I'm much older now, and when I think back to like my young love life, wow, what a wreck, what a mess. You know what I mean? Like, whew, the people I picked or the people that I was drawn to wouldn't happen today. But I understand it all. That's a good thing about us Virgos, is we can reflect back and we can really learn a lot about ourselves, but about life, about energy. I find there are many Virgo psychics. All right. Heartache and loss. This is the Three of Swords. The waiting game. The waiting game. It's like the hour. What's that? Like the hours of this. No. I'm trying to think. Days of our lives. Like, I can't think of what they say. We have, Jesus, deception and envy. What the hell? And then we have spiritual strength. You know, this is the Nine of Wands. And I feel like right now it may be the most important card on the table. Because without the reflection back, I can't really see how much I have grown. And I feel like you've grown a lot, or you may find yourself in January very easy, like I hate to say easy, but like overcoming so much, or understanding that like I've kept myself trapped in certain type of energy, maybe within my mind. I mean, I know why. You have the Three of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is untrustworthy energy. Somebody clearly hurt you. Clearly, it has put you in your head. Now, you know, I have no problem with someone saying, I just don't want to be in love right now. I don't really want love in my life right now. But if I'm saying that in this type of energy, the 8 and 9 of Swords, that's coming from a fear-based energy. Why? Well, because I haven't cleared the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Someone has been untrustworthy. And it seems to have affected you greatly. I get it. We've all been there. But I have to tell you, now, just thinking of myself, right? Like, I've had this Seven of Swords over and over and over and over again. And it's funny how I kept going back to it. I kept going back. And now, there's no way in hell I would even consider it, right? So that's what I'm talking about. It's like sometimes time is your best healer. And I feel like that's why we're seeing this as your last card in this part of the spread. Look at all the cards I took. You know, emotional withdrawal, but then you have spiritual strength here. Balance above that. Alright, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Fool. New beginnings. New beginnings. That's probably why I have to expect good things to happen. The 8 and 9 of Swords, I'm expecting bad things to happen. Now, if I'm still with someone who has been, I feel very untrustworthy, it has broken my heart and has put me in an emotional crisis almost, and has kept me trapped in my head, I've got to know that. Because I don't feel like this is talking about moving forward with this energy. Matter of fact, I feel like it's already happened, and what we're looking at is us overcoming it. New beginning, the Fool. I am not taking my past into my future. The Fool takes a leap by faith. All right. You know, I want to say, you know, the good times definitely a part of building your foundation, right? But also the difficult times and what you've been able to overcome and what you are still overcoming. What it's truly doing is creating a strong foundation for you. You know, I have to have my own strong foundation and then build upon that. Alright, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. First of all, I want to look right below that. Look at this. Spiritual union. This is the Two of Cups. With the Fool right over it. Now, I have to say, if this is speaking about the potential of love coming in, boy, do I need to look at this. I need to look at these swords. I mean, if I'm in the Nine of Swords energy, or even the Eight of Swords energy, or even the emotional withdrawal, how can I give love? How can I receive love in that type of energy? I feel like that's why the Fool is here. Because moving this energy forward, it has no purpose. It will not serve you. I feel like the biggest message here is to set yourself free from that Eight of Swords energy, self-created prison. Just like emotional withdrawal, right? I can get trapped in that type of energy. If I look at it a different way, as if I reflect upon it, I just feel like there's no way I want this energy to come forward for you. But let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. Alright, we have the Moon. The Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The Moon can talk about uncertainties. You know, not like the sun where everything is illuminated. The Moon, I'm working by the Moon's light. Some things, some of this, let's say deception, could happen in the evening. We have the Queen of Swords coming over the Eight of Swords. Wow. This Queen, first of all, she demands truth and honesty. She gives it. She's learned that. And I feel like it is you. Now, it can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Libra in the same row. But I feel like it's about you and just the truth of the matter, right? The truth of the matter, like, unfortunately, someone couldn't love me in the way that you deserved. And I just feel like it would be so difficult for you to live, to continue to live, and it must already be difficult. I know it, again, the energy. But to continue to live in that energy, it's just not where you're meant to be. You know, you're too valuable. But anyways, we have the Ace of Wands. Shown in reverse. I'm not really reading reversals today. I don't know why I say that. You know, I'm going to keep it in mind, though, because, you know, this is desired action. This is not in reverse. This is movement forward. This is not in reverse. It's coming over judgment. I feel like for some of you, it's talking about your spirit guides, and they're trying to reach you. And it's hard to reach you in this self-created prison that you've made for yourself, it's not impossible. Far from impossible. But you do have free will. You know, I feel like I need to turn my thinking around. There's someone who just has or had so much influence, let's just say. Now, I feel like why? Because you probably loved them. And I'm not saying they didn't love you back. It's funny because I'm thinking Leo's title was Lover, Lover, because can you be true? Here I want to say this lover, I don't feel like can be. I feel like it's just who they are. And I feel like I almost just, I have to just go. I have to move on. You know, and I almost feel like don't even take it personally. I know that's easier, that's, you know, may sound weird, but like, let's just, you know, this is almost like somewhat like of a narcissistic type energy. And if I take that all on personally, like their actions and the things that they say and the way they try to control me, and I think it's me, it's not. It's them. And you cannot change them. I mean, you know, it'd be a miracle. Let's just put it that way. And that's up to them to change themselves. And all I'm saying is sometimes we think, oh my God, I was so unlovable. But it's just not the case. They were unable to love you. Let's just say the way their soul would have wanted to. This is very much human type energy. Human. Okay, keep going. You know, when you see Judgment, it's about calling you to the present moment. We have Blessings over here. So I do feel like something wants to come in. We have the Ace of Wands right over it. So I do feel like that it's going to be your choice. I can say yes. I can reach out and grab that inspired, desirable action. Or I can say no. We have the Six of Pentacles. Interesting, coming over Balance, which is Justice, but called Balance here. And I like that because Six of Pentacles is learning that fine art of give and take. Maybe I've just been a giver. I give. And your spiritual team says, well, we want you to learn how now to receive. This is a very charitable type energy. You know, the energy of, listen, there may be something that listen, if this is a narcissist and you kind of got stuck in their web, but then you freed yourself, don't be surprised if you then are using that lesson to help others. Anyway, because I do feel the energy of wanting to give to the underdog. Though at the same time I want to say be careful, because I feel like if this person makes a repeat appearance, they're not coming in the light. I just don't feel like they are. Alright, let's keep going. You know, this person in the Eight of Cups, emotional withdrawal, you can just see how they're sitting there, right? But I feel like really what they're doing, especially because she's like in a lotus pose, is understanding that maybe I'm just a giver and I have not learned how to receive. Maybe I haven't learned how to receive because I wasn't receiving. Sometimes I got to look at the energy of, do I allow myself to give even if I'm not receiving? Now, as a charitable type energy, I am giving without expecting anything back. It's just the universe. It's just natural balance. If you give from the kindness of your heart, trust me, you'll receive something. I'm hoping that's also talking about 2022 and the doors that we're closing, so that 2023 can be, well, all that it can be. The star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. This is about wanting to manifest them. Also a card of Aquarius, by the way. Interesting, because it's coming over the Three of Cups, which is the energy of joy. It is celebration. You know, it's something to celebrate. And having the star come over it, it's kind of beautiful. You know, and I want to say for someone, I also feel like, you know, there's someone that I really, really wanted it to work with. Like, maybe I feel like I love them so deeply. But I have to tell you, I feel like it feels like it's an illusion. And I'm saying that because I feel like you deserve so much better. Sometimes we get trapped in someone's web and we feel like we can't get out, but we can. We have the Page of Wands, very much like the Fool. Page of Wands to me is someone who is learning how to take chances, understanding that sometimes I'm going to fall, but I get back up again. The Magician, the Manifester. Okay, I have to say, Virgo, if you feel like you're in this Eight of Swords, again, a self-created prison, you know, what are you trying to do there? You're trying to protect yourself from repeat action. Maybe you already know that I'm tempted towards those bad boys or those bad girls, that type of energy, and I don't want that anymore. Well, where does it begin? It begins with your own energy. Optimism. I keep saying it. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. Self-respect. Someone may have tried to rob your self-respect. Now you got to gain it back. Be strong. I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. And then, boom, blessings. Temperance, divine timing, divine's hand in your life. Sometimes divine is waiting on us, though, to clear old energy. You know, what you really need to think about is there are doors that we are meant to close. Like, I feel like we go by 9-year cycles. You know, let's say, that's what I just feel like. We go by 9-year cycles. And then the final reflection back, and that is just to gain the wisdom, you know, see the spiritual strength that you have gained, the spiritual muscles you have developed, what you have learned about, like, I got to learn to receive as I give. You know, it's not just all about me giving. And then I love that the Magician is coming under the Ace of Wands and your spiritual team. It's like the Magician is starting with the foundation. Your foundation. You are the Magician. Though, in the same breath, I want to tell you, the Fool's first teacher that the Fool meets along this next journey is the Magician. And the Magician's job is to teach the Fool that you don't need to bring the energy of the past with you into this present moment. It's about feeling free. Eight of Swords, it's anything other than feeling free. So I feel like the Magician is like, let's begin at our foundation, our own foundation. And let's build it so strong this time that nobody can come in and knock it over. The Magician reminds you of the tools that you need, you already have. One of those is the ability to manifest a pretty good life. But first, I got to look at where I've been and who I've been with. And listen, it's not even to look at them and judge them. It's like I said, in the beginning of my, let's say, love life, I ended up with some not such great people. But would the same thing happen to me today? No. Because I do carry the Empress's energy. I can see it. I can feel it. I would know it. All right. Lover, lover. Card of Gemini. We have the King of Wands. Can be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I literally just got done with Leo's reading. We have Leo right here, but we also have Sagittarius right here. That's why I don't like to even to go into all that. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's interesting because we have an 8 up here, which is the 8 of Swords. Self-created prison. Now we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is all about the willingness to begin something new. The willingness to put the work in. Sometimes my way out of my overthinking is to find a creative project, especially you, Virgo. I know, especially you. I feel like some of you may just find yourself on a completely new, I want to say track, like a completely different track than you expected, but I feel like it's like different than you expected, but at the same time, it feels just so right. All right, let's keep going. We're going to come back in a minute and look at the Lovers, especially because it's sitting next to the Magician. I want to say I'm getting this feeling that, again, like I thought that this was like deep, real, true love, but I have a feeling that you haven't had this type of love yet. I just get that feeling. Oh, there's a card that flipped over. Well, hello, Sun. Okay. Well, the Sun is coming right over the Seven of Swords, deception and envy. So anything, if anything comes towards you of, that would try to Try to pull the wool over your eyes, let's say. It won't happen. The sun is here. The sun's complete illumination. Some of you, I feel like you might have been connected with a Leo too, and maybe it didn't go so well. But on the other hand, I want to say that, you know, I feel like what this is saying with this, the Magician and the Sun and the Lovers, is this is something that maybe you have not experienced yet. Maybe I thought I had, but this is one type of energy. And then over here, I feel like, or I can stay in that self-created prison. You know, I create that prison to try to protect myself. I don't want, right? I don't want this deception anymore. Queen of Swords would say that, right? I need truth. I need honesty in love, in a relationship, in any type of relationship. Can be even work. I feel that you have come to the place, or you're coming to a place where you are going to, or you are listening to your intuition over anyone. And what I mean by that is somebody come in and try to sweet talk you. Might sound good, might even feel good. But I feel like at the same time, you'll know if it's just sweet talk or if the person is truly interested. I feel like a card went somewhere. But I don't see it. I don't see one anywhere. I feel like a card went off the table. Okay. Page of Cups. You know, this is healing energy. It's interesting because it's coming below the Eight of Cups, first of all. And in this deck, it's called Emotional Withdrawal. And all of that makes sense, right? Especially if I've been through this very difficult energy of being cheated on, or, you know, or people just being envy. I have to learn to love myself again. I have to learn to love myself and give myself opportunities. You know, I don't want to shut down my life because of what another has done to me. I can't give them that power. They've had that power, but I cannot continue to give it to them. Right? I need to take my power back. That's what you're doing in the Page of Cups. You're coming to emotional stability. Maybe you're even learning to love yourself again. And when I say love yourself, that means you're allowing these new beginnings. You know, again, I do have the Two of Cups right underneath that. But I have to allow it, right? The Ace of Wands is saying that. You know, it's like, do I? Or do I? Or don't I? But it's coming right over your spiritual team. So I feel like you can trust that. Page of Cups. This is also the energy of living through your inner child. Like allowing your inner child to explore. Especially with the sun right beside it. You know, I feel like at this moment, I want to put whoever this person was, I just want to put them behind us. And I want to look forward. I need to look back just to have understanding. But really what it is spiritual. understanding. Remember that we forget this all the time. We think, okay, I'm just this human, I have no control. But you're not. You're a spiritual being having a human experience or human experiences. You know, your soul, before it even came to earth, already knew, like, okay, there's certain types of experiences I want to have. Why? Because, listen, this is the classroom. I came here to expand my soul. Now, if everything was just beautiful and it was just blessings all the time, what am I learning? I mean, I may be enjoying my life, but am I learning? Am I expanding? So I feel like for some, like our souls ask for these challenges. Again, you know, obstacles and challenges. Right off the bat, I felt like these are obstacles and challenges that you can overcome. And not just that, but they make you all the stronger because of it. All right. I'm going to pick up the Lovers. I'm going to pick up the Star, the Magician. We'll remember that the Sun is here. The Ace of Wands is here. We'll remember all that. But I'm going to pick all this up. And I feel like I want to get right to the heart of the matter. So let's put them like this. We have the Star, the Magician, and the Lovers. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to take another deck. I'm going to take the Cosmic Tarot. I always like Cosmic Tarot for Virgo. Alright, let's give him a cut. And we're just going to go all around it. I'm going to start by the Star. Eight of Cups. Four of Cups. You know, right off the bat, what I'm feeling is Eight of Cups. Again, we'll speak about our emotional, our emotional house. In the Eight of Cups, sometimes I get lost in the energy of all the cups that are knocked down. Some of these cups don't even matter, though. They just were what they were. So this is, again, about finding emotional clarity. However, the Four of Cups, first of all, it asks you to use your spiritual discernment as it relates to any decision and anything that's moving into your life. But this is also the energy of inactivity. Now, it's surrounding the Star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. We have the Two of Wands coming over the Magician. Why won't my cards stay? We have, well, hello, Six of Wands, energy of victory. Look on the other side now. we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is back. This time it's definitely in the upright. It's right next to the Lovers. Interesting, because I feel like the Eight of Cups. Eights speak of new beginnings. We've already had the Fool. Those said new beginnings, right? But the importance of the clarity of our emotional house is so important. Why? Well, because can I expect someone to love me the way that I want loved if I can't love myself? And I feel like for some of you, it's like someone who loved you who I just feel like don't put the blame on you, because I feel like almost like they were incapable. I don't feel like this is talking about old love. Now, it could be talking about past life love with the Lovers here. But I do feel like this is something that wants to begin. You have the Magician, right? The Fool's greatest teacher. And above that is the Two of Wands. So this is where I'm finally getting the, almost like the yes, let's move forward. 2 sixes here. One is the Lovers, one is the Six of Wands. You know, it's interesting because when you look at the Lovers in this deck, one of the Lovers feels like they're in spirit, right? Like I can feel their spirit. I can feel their energy. They're just not present yet. Doesn't mean they won't be. You know, this is the perfect energy if you're feeling like you get this feeling that romance might be heading your way. You know, what good would it do if all those swords of the past weren't clarified and weren't let go of? I don't know it would do any good. But I think what you did is you cleared that emotional house. And I think the universe is saying, okay, now you're ready. Now you're ready. Let's go below it. We have the High Priestess, kind of shown a little in reverse. This is your intuition. This is what you want to trust. Maybe your intuition has been shut down, right? I haven't been paying attention to it. You know, what does that mean? It means I've had these gut feelings, but I may move forward anyways in something that potentially was not good for me. Trusting your intuition. Right under the star. 9 of Swords. Okay, so that's probably why the High Priestess was like somewhat in reverse. Now, I don't mind seeing the 9 of Swords here again, because I feel like this is more the clearing of it. Because we have the Two of Wands above the Magician. There's no way that these two energies could coexist. The Magician seems like the one, I don't know how to say it, like the one who puts the period at the end of the sentence so that I can begin the next sentence. Virgo, I think more than anything, learning to trust within yourself. 2023 is going to be all about that. It's going to be all about going within, receiving messages from your higher self, from your spiritual team. This 9 of Swords, it's just useless. understandable, but it is useless. I think it's gone away though. And I think that's why the Two of Wands has now come out. The Sun. Also somewhat in reverse, but the Sun. So why do I not need to carry the energy of this Nine of Swords around? Well, because I feel like the universe is saying everything will be illuminated to you. You know, your wisdom of your experiences becomes part of the illumination. This isn't just like divine illuminating. This is your intuition illuminating to you. Just so happens coming under the Lovers. I don't know if some of you are tied to a Leo. But there are some similar cards. Different decks. Sun's coming right under the Lovers. You know, the Lovers, its meaning is a head over heart decision. If I'm trying to make a decision here, the Sun illuminates everything for me. So I'm not trying to do it in the dark. Sun is a brand new day. Brand new dawn. It's the promise of everything. Okay. We have Justice. Just kind of going like this. We have the Four of Swords. Here is the healing. Here is the healing. And for many of you, it is of the mind, of your thoughts. Probably placed there by another. But they've been taking space up in your thought system. Take it back. Beautiful healing. Three of Pentacles. So, I love the Three of Pentacles because it talks about your individuality. And, you know, it's a very creative energy. But I also feel like it's others who really appreciate what it is you do, what you bring to the table. I often feel like, especially for Virgo, one of the easy, well, I don't want to know if I want to use the word easy, but one of the best ways to overcome the things that, listen, the Nine of Swords, things are out of my control in this energy, right? But yet I'm still worrying about them. Divine asks you, Temperance asks you, this is unnecessary worry. And this unnecessary worry can get in your way of your today and your tomorrow. So I feel like if I'm trying to overcome something, sometimes the best way is to move into my creative house. Why? Because it puts my focus back on me. Now, it's also coming over the Lovers. So I definitely feel like this is talking about, you know, future love, that each will appreciate each other. You know, it's interesting because I felt like whoever was in the last reading, like, you know how I said, like I wanted them to love me, right? And they probably did, but they don't know how to, like, you know, if they were, let's just say, narcissistic. It's hard not to take that energy personally, right? Because it's directed to you. But it would be directed to anybody, or it's directed to the next person in line. It was directed to the person before you. So all I'm saying is I've got to understand that I cannot blame myself for other people's actions, right? And I have to know that I deserve much, much more than they were able to give me. You know, it's like, if that's their issue, let them figure it out. Because I don't feel like in any way is divine asking you to stick around, to help someone out, No, this feels more about you and you coming back to you. Healing. It's here. And Three of Pentacles. Some of you, this person may be someone that you meet in a creative type setting. Can be work, of course, but it can be anything. You know, because all of a sudden I feel like I'm working behind the scenes of, like, on Broadway. You know, maybe like one of us is on the stage and one of us worked behind the scenes. I don't know why I'm picking that up. All right, we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Five of Swords. I don't even know why I pulled these. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Five of Swords. It's funny because the Five of Swords is in front of him, not behind him. This could be the person of the last spread. Remember, we had the Queen of Swords. So it feels to me like, let's just say, now this person doesn't have to be an air sign, but it would speak about their communication, what they bring to the table. And because the Five of Swords is following them, I feel like it's toxic. Like, what they bring to the table feels toxic. So I feel like if this is someone who's coming back, who, by the way, you would know very clearly, because I feel like this is probably, the person before was probably someone I kept going back to, right? Hoping things would get better, but they just don't. And I feel like maybe this is just divine letting you know that, okay, that Five of Swords is still attached to them. They're still toxic to you. You deserve more. Alright, one more shuffle to see if anything else wants to come out. What I'm really keeping my eyes on right now, honestly, is the Star, the Magician, and the Lovers. Anything else that wants to come out. The Star, the Magician, and the Lovers. Six of Pentacles. Coming over the Star. I want someone who is able to give. Well, here you go. It's funny because we have the Six... no, that's the Six of Wands. I feel like we had this. Must have been in the last spread. I feel like I have learned the beautiful art of give and take. You know, I don't give just to receive back. But if it's a relationship, like, come on. Alright, well, hello, Two of Cups. It made its way out in a different deck. Soulmate. Two Pentacles. Two Twos. Ten of Swords. And then the Six of Swords. I kind of love this. Now, I don't love the Ten of Swords, but I feel like the Ten of Swords is the past, is that repeat pattern that I feel like you are breaking. I know that because the Six of Swords is following. Just like this king has the Five of Swords following him around. It's almost like I'm still toxic, you know. After all these days, I still carry this energy. Wow. Not in my life, you don't. Not in my head, you're not going to. This is you having the true realization of what these swords or these daggers and how they kept getting in your back. Maybe there was only one solution. I had to leave it. I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm not going to try to mend you. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I don't know, guys. I feel like you're either going to get this, and listen, maybe you don't get it right away. Maybe you're going to have to listen to it again at another time. But I feel like you're going to get it, or you're not. But I feel like most of you, you're going to get it. All right. I want to read blessings. But I don't want you to forget optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Self-respect. I honor and love myself, through my healthful actions. Be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. And blessings. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. Let's read it. You received this card as a reminder of the power of gratitude. Perhaps you've been feeling sorry for yourself lately, or feeling as if God has forgotten about you. Mother Mary reminds you that your prayers are answered in many different ways and guides you to notice all the gifts and blessings you already have. Sometimes shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right can make you notice new blessings that have previously been overlooked. This is a card of optimism, asking you to purposefully and consciously focus upon everything and everyone that you're grateful for. You can make a mental or written list. I just lost my place. You can make a mental or written list daily, ideally, to train your mind to notice all the gifts you already have. By doing so, you're more likely to notice the new ones coming your way. This card also signals that new blessings are entering your life as an answered prayer. New blessings are entering your life as an answered prayer. Amen. Amen. Okay, I'm going to leave that be. You probably have the longest reading so far, but I don't know if you've noticed, but I think this summer or last summer, I put out a bunch of shorter videos, and I don't know. I don't know. That's what I felt like it called for. But now I feel like I'm back to those long videos again. And I know many of you appreciate it. I know there's many who don't. But, I feel like, listen, I feel like if you watch readings, you're going to find readers that you trust. And I don't know. I don't even know why I'm saying that. I hope you trust me. Anyway, this is about potential, right? The potential that I can reach. But first, there are some things I just need to reflect upon. Divine timing, divine energy is right here with you. I expect good things to happen, and my God, they do. Virgo, I love you guys so much. I want to also give a shout out to my Virgos who are members. I have a couple. Shout out to you. I love you guys. Anyway, I'm going to let that be. I love you. I thank you. And you probably have the longest reading so far. I have yet to do Scorpios because I feel like between you and Scorpio are usually the longest readings. But that's because we're digging. We want to know, right? And it takes time to figure that all out. I feel like where we started and where we end up is night and day. Night and day. Don't forget to check out your... did I do yours yet? Yes, I did. Oh. Your year in review. That is the type of reading. I broke it down like winter, spring, summer, and fall. That's the type of reading you kind of want to keep in your back pocket. I don't know, you download or I don't know what you can do with it. but it's going to help break down the year for you. I would definitely watch it and see how January, this is January, right? But listen, time is fluid. You know, it could just be the beginning of all of this. I have a lot of readings out there that I'm trying to arm you as much as I can, so that you can be all that you can be in 2023. I did a twin flame and soulmate twin flames and soulmates in 2023. So if any of you are on that trip, I mean, we do have soulmates. Potentially we do a twin flame. That was a beautiful reading, by the way. And then I did an all signs reading that was just love. And I swear to God, it was one of the most beautiful love readings that I have done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list together of my favorite videos. I'll do it under a playlist. And then I think I'm able to do that. Yeah, because there's some readings like that people, may miss. Maybe they just felt too long, but it's like, oh, I want you to see them. Like, I really want you to see them. Also, I should say thank you for sharing these videos, because many times, and I get the messages, many times you end up helping someone, especially when you share it on like social media. You never know who's going to see it. Even if I just shared it, with my group, well, it may be helping someone that you don't even know about. So, but I know, and I want to thank you for that. Thank you for everything that you do for the channel and for myself, and the unconditional love you give me. I love you guys so much. I'm going to stop talking now. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.